My name is Jon Cooke and I'm from the Gold Coast, 32 years old. My nickname is Wire. I had a bad experience with a jet ski that caught on fire from plugging a wrong wire in, and it floated off like a coffin on fire. So everyone called me Brown Wire at the start, and then it just short of Wire. It was an expensive experience. At the moment I'm riding one of Eric Mine's Q8s, 1000cc motor. It's my first weekend on it. It's a pretty amazing piece of machinery. Career highlights: in the late 90s I won the gold medal at the X Games. We had a thing in Melbourne and they decided to go down to the beach and everything like that, and had a big air contest. I had my ski in the back of the car and a few other guys turned up, and I decided I wanted to do the biggest air, so I ended up winning the gold medal. And I have won 7 Australian titles, in total 6 in the surf, 1 flat water. I used to race Supercross. I lived with Craig Anderson in Newcastle, and I had a bad crash at the Newcastle Supercross and broke both ankles, so they really didn't want me to ride a motorcycle for another 12 to 18 months. So I was in my wheelchair and I was at Coffs Harbour Supercross. The Supercross got cancelled because of the rain, and I heard these guys were on these jet skis that I've never heard of before. I went down to the beach and watched it, and I was just blown away. So I got back and down in the dumps, I couldn't really walk very well. Convinced my mum to buy me one for Christmas, which she did, and I used it as rehabilitation. And after that I actually never went back to riding a dirt bike again. Just stuck with the PWC, and then I started doing stunt shows, Australia's Wonderland. I worked at SeaWorld, done MTV commercials in America, China, Malaysia, Japan, England, Belgium. From a young age, 17, for 10 years I got to travel around the world and be paid to do these really cool stunt shows and stuff on a personal watercraft. I don't know what it is, because some days I get so frustrated because I build a lot of personal watercraft for people, and it seems like this weekend has been my first time I've actually ridden in 5 months. We had a contest in Sydney 5 months ago and I rode that. From then till today, all I've been doing is just building skis, building skis, building skis, and I actually got a chance to get back into it this weekend. So I'm going to try and back down from the building and get back into riding. I've been riding for 16 years now, and every day I ride it, I still love it. Like, I get out there, I have the biggest smile on my face. It's incredible. I think it's everything. I think it's the power. You're in the surf, you know, when you go dirt bike riding, you're sweaty, you're dirty, you break your arm. It's nothing like that. You ride it like a surfboard, and then you can go, okay, I'm sick of that, I'm going to ride it like a freestyle motocross bike now. So there's so much variety that you can do on it, and I'm fascinated by it. I love it. It's a lot of work. People think, oh, you're getting all this free stuff and people give you this and give you that, but they don't understand that, you know, for 3 years I have to ride every single day, rain, hail or shine, to get to that point. And now that I'm at that point, I can kind of relax and cruise a little bit. It kind of comes natural to me now. But you still have your good days and bad days, and I'm just, you know, I'm just so lucky I've been paid quite good. I bought a house and everything just from personal watercraft. So I'm so happy with this entire sport, and now it's starting to grow. I'm ecstatic of. The best spot in the world that I've ever ridden before in my life, I rode Sunway Lagoon in Malaysia in a wave pool. Who does that? Who gets to ride in a 6-foot perfect wave in a foreign country all day? And they just, oh, just go out there and take your time, kick everybody out of the pool. We ride it all night under lights. It's just a perfect 6-foot face wave. Try new stuff, you know, like that's unheard of to do. So just little things like that you get, you know, special treatment, I guess, to do, and it's incredible. And I did a stunt show in Japan, and I had blonde hair at that stage, and all the dudes out of the crowd and chicks were just like trying to scratch my eyes out and climb on me. I had 2 security guys with me because I was just getting mauled. It kind of sounds bad, but I kind of enjoyed it, you know? You're like, oh, so am I Brad Pitt or something like that? It was great. I loved it. My favourite trick at the moment would be, I actually have never seen anybody in the world do it. I've got the front cover of the latest Australian Jet Sports magazine. It's a no-handed 1-foot barrel roll. So the only thing that's holding me in the ski, doing a complete roll, is my toes. That's it. So even Eric was like, I don't know how you did that. And he's 8 times world champion. So I just worked on a little bit, tried the no hands at the start, and then tried like 1 hand, 1 foot, and then just thought, I got to do it. I ended up landing my first one, crashing my second one, and then landing every one after that. So I've had a couple of bad experiences out there. If you get too excited, or sometimes I get really hyperactive in the surf and I forget to lock my feet into the lifters, I had the handlebars go right through my leg and stop at the accelerator, so it went in about 6 inches through my thigh. and broke my arm in 3 spots at the same time. So if you make that tiny little mistake, you can get away with it most of the time, but when you don't, you got a 120-pound jet ski falling 30 feet on top of you. So it can be dangerous, yeah. The difference between a freestyle watercraft, PWC, and freestyle motocross is that freestyle motocross, you've got the exact same ramp set at 70 feet and you're landing into a foam pit. And it's exactly the same every time you hit it. With a wave, there's never a wave that's exactly the same as the last wave. So you've got your judgment on a wave, the conditions all come into play. For practicing a new trick, it's not a soft landing, you're not landing in foam. Everyone thinks, oh, water's really forgiving, but at 50 feet, it's not very forgiving with a 120 kilo jet ski landing on you. So you've got to be pretty precise and confident with what you're doing. It's difficult, you know, no wind is great. But that's very rare in this country or anywhere in the world. So you just got to adapt, and whatever you get given, you get given. You know, sometimes it's 2 foot, wind choppy, blowing everywhere. Sometimes it's 6, 8 foot and just clean and glass. So you just got to adapt to the different conditions. You can still do the same stuff, but it's just the height's a little bit not there in the amplitude of tricks. And then you get in a smooth day, you get a nice big clean run up. You can set yourself up all nice, get yourself ready. When it's choppy and windy, you don't have any time to set up, so you pretty much got to be just ready to go straight away. Feet locked in lifters, waiting for something to happen or come to you, or there's so many different things that can be going on at the same time. It looks the same as freestyle motocross, but they're totally different. I think the freestyle motocross guys have it a little bit easier than what we do. I think the last 12 months, it's quadrupled in size. I feel like I'm the old person of the sport because I'm 32, but realistically it's the 30 to 40-year-old guys that are the best, because it's not overnight that you become good. So all the young kids, 18, 20, 22, they're very cocky and they've got some, you know, balls about them, but they just don't really have an idea yet about it. You know, you've got to be pretty smooth and fluid. With the future of it, I think double barrel rolls and double backflips, it's starting to happen now. I've done a couple of double barrel rolls. It's not a trick that you practice because every single time you do it, it hurts. You feel like your kidney is now up where your lungs are. So I think it's going to get bigger and better, and there's Superman flips and Indian air flips, the same as freestyle motocross. I think in the next 5 years, I think the sport's going to go through the roof. I think it's going to be how freestyle motocross was at the beginning, not very accepted by everybody, and now it's just the norm. So I think everybody's starting to come around. This is Jon Cooke, and ciao.